Well, on the status, I spoke with the chief of staff this morning, and the good news is the president feels very well, and he actually wants to get back home to the White House and get back to work, but I think he's going to stay at Walter Reed for at least another period of time. Look, I went through this virus myself, as you know, Margaret, over the summer, and even if you have no symptoms, and I had very, very minor symptoms, days 7 and 8, are the critical days. So I think the doctors want to make sure that they're there for the president and that he's getting the best treatment. But he's doing well. I spoke with him, to answer your question, on Friday. I was in Geneva holding some talks with the Russian team, my counterpart, General Patrushev, and I was able to call the president after he was tested positive to give him an update on the talks, get his feedback for the afternoon sessions, and he was in good spirits and was firmly in control. I think what's happening is people are getting tested on a regular basis. I've seen a number of my colleagues here this morning who've tested negative for 3 or 4 straight days in a row. If people test positive, they'll be quarantined, and we'll follow the procedures that the CDC has. And what I can tell you, there are many men and women on the watchtower at the Pentagon, at the State Department, here at the White House, making sure that the country's safe. And we're in very good shape. We've got a great team in place, and the president's firmly in control.
Given continuity of government concerns, should the vice president return to the campaign trail and to the debate stage as he's scheduled to this week?
Well, listen, one of the things I also want to mention, I appreciate the fact that Vice President Biden came out with and said that he and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, were praying for the president and the First Lady. This is a time to come together, and we're thrilled, and I think all Americans are very happy that the Vice President, his family, Senator Harris and her family have tested negative. I think they'll be very strong. The Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, who I'm in regular contact with, is tested negative along with his family. So I think there'll be very strict protocols in place to protect all the participants in the debate, Senator Harris, the Vice President. And so I think it's going to be a very safe environment for them to have a conversation that the American people want to hear. It's an important conversation. We've got to deal with this virus. It's here. It came from China. We can never forget who's to blame for it. But we've got to continue to have the conversation so the American people can make a big decision at the end of this month.
Have you and the team discussed a scenario in which, at some point, the president might have to transfer power if he can no longer discharge the powers and duties of his office?
No, that's not something that's on the table at this point. Again, the president, you saw him on the video last night.
But it may be, as you just said.
Well, he's doing very well, and just like it could happen to anybody, but we're prepared. Look, we have a great vice president. We have a government that is steady and is steady at the tiller. And we'll be briefing the president this afternoon. General Milley, Secretary Pompeo, myself will be giving him a national security brief this afternoon from the White House here. He'll be at Walter Reed, so we'll do it by secure video conference or secure phone. Look, the government's doing well, the president's doing well, and I'm not going to address hypotheticals, but we do have we have plans for everything.
Okay, because you do know that Presidents Reagan and Bush at one point temporarily signed over power while undergoing medical treatment. So this is
yes. I think those were. I know they were colonoscopies, and so they were under anesthesia and weren't available at that time. I think we're in a different situation here, and so far the president's in great shape. He's firmly in command of the government of the country.
Okay.